female that presented with complaints of fever since 1 month and increased frequency of micturition since 3 months. So urine examination showed E. coli and there was no hepatomegaly and splenomegaly. A peripheral blood picture on peripheral blood smear, RBC were normocytic normochromic, TLC were markedly raised, approximately 56,000 per mm3, with neutrophilic leukocytosis and shift to left. Shift to left means there were more immature forms which are generally not seen in the blood smear, that are promyelocyte, metamyelocyte, myelocyte, band and stap cell, eosinophil, and eosinophil, basophil, and they are the mature forms. Immature forms are promyelocyte, metamyelocyte, myelocyte, and blast. Platelets were 1.6 lakh per mm3, and there were no hemoparasite. This was the smear picture. Shows predominantly shows both the markedly neutrophilic leukocytosis with shift to left. This is one large metamyelocyte. This is myelocyte, and these are the immature neutrophil band and the stap cell contain 2 lobe nuclei. So this was the one case scenario. And now coming to case 2. 55-year-old male presented with a history of easy fatigability and low-grade fever since 2 months. On examination, pallor was seen along with hepatosplenomegaly, and there was no lymphadenopathy. On blood picture, hemoglobin was 8.5 gram per deciliter. RBC were normocytic normochromic with again increase in TLC, that is 85,000. There was again shift to left with 2% blast, 4% promyelocyte, 9% myelocyte, and 20% metamyelocyte, while band and stap cells were 57%. And platelets were 1.8 lakh per mm3. So this is the peripheral smear of this case. Shows again shift to left, blast, myelocyte, and a metamyelocyte with few neutrophils and band cells. So what do you think? What is the difference between the two cases? Anybody? They almost have the same case scenario and same peripheral blood picture. So what is the difference? Anybody?
Ma'am, the second case also had anemia, I guess.
Sorry?
Ma'am, the second case also showed anemia and some moderate anisocoagulopathy.
That's okay. But what is the difference by the WBC picture? What is the diagnosis of first case and what is the diagnosis of second case? If you look at the WBC picture, they have almost similar composition, na? So what is the difference?
Ma'am, one of them is a cancer and the other is just leukocytosis.
Okay, और
मैम जिसमें कैंसर होगा वो थोड़े इमेच्योर होंगे.
दोनों ही इमेच्योर हैं. मेटामाइलोसाइट माइलोसाइट दोनों में ही दिख रहे हैं. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय थोड़े इमेच्योर होंगे? मतलब क्या बोलना चाह रहे हो आप?
In cancer, there will be more grave left shift. Like the number of the precursor will be much higher in the cancer as compared to the leukemoid one.
Okay, but not exactly. मतलब not exactly. Not मतलब point पे नहीं है ये. अच्छा, मतलब which one is cancer and which one is non-cancer?
From case 2 is cancerous.
Cancer. Why?
मैम उसके अंदर मतलब ब्लास्ट सेल्स भी काफी नंबर उनका बढ़ा हुआ है. मोर ओवर मैम उनके अंदर जो टोटल WBC है उनका नंबर भी काफी ज्यादा बढ़ा हुआ है एज कम्पेयर टू 1.
ओके, ठीक है. वन पॉइंट यू आर करेक्ट कि ब्लास्ट सेल है, बट ठीक है, मैं ग्रेजुअली मैं भी आगे आती हूँ, फिर विल डिस्कस. सो यू आर राइट. सेकंड केस इज मैलिग्नेंसी एंड फर्स्ट केस इज अ रिएक्टिव कंडीशन. So, rationale behind today's class is there are certain reactive changes which mimic hematological malignancies and you need a complete detailed workup clinical workup, investigations, and everything to rule out, to differentiate between the two. The learning objective of this class will be define of leukemoid reaction, causes of leukemoid reaction, differential diagnosis of leukemoid reaction, and investigation to rule out both the other causes. And you'll get a short note on this small topic, and it's a easy topic and easy to remember. So leukemoid reaction is a reversible hematological disorder which is characterized by WBC count more than 50,000, which is mainly due to reactive cause which is outside the bone marrow. So bone marrow is not involved. It is characterized by increased WBC count with shift to left, as we saw in case 1. It is absence of blast is another important point. So as highlighted by somebody. So in first case there were no blast. In second case there were 2% blast. So that was CML in a chronic phase. Presence of toxic granulation. Anybody know what is toxic granulation?
Ma'am, the dark granules which are found in granulocytes in inflammatory conditions.
Okay, in neutrophil. Mostly they have a fine granules, but when they become coarse and dark staining, that is a sign that they will release inflammatory cytokines and inflammatory enzyme. So it's toxic granulation. Presence of Dole bodies. What is Dole bodies? Okay, Dole bodies are the basophilic structure which are present in the periphery of the cytoplasm of a neutrophil. It is seen in an inflammatory condition. Absence of organomegaly, there was no hepatosplenomegaly or lymphadenopathy, and any absence of genetic abnormality. So this will make the diagnosis of leukemoid reaction. So first case was leukemoid reaction. There was absence of blast, there was presence of toxic granulation, there was absence of organomegaly, and there was increase in WBC count with shift to left. So it's all combined features. Now, what are the major causes of leukemoid reaction? First is infection, like Clostridium difficile, TB, shigellosis, malignancy, that is paraneoplastic leukemoid reaction seen in carcinoma, Hodgkin lymphoma, melanoma, and sarcoma. Drugs such as corticosteroid, minocycline, and recombinant hematopoietic growth factor. Intoxication, it's seen in intoxication. It is seen in severe hemorrhagic and acute hemolysis, and miscellaneous such as inflammatory pseudotumors. So, as by looking at the two case scenarios, there are two major differential diagnoses of this leukemoid reaction. One is CML, and then one is chronic neutrophilic leukemia. So in leukemoid, there was mature neutrophil with markedly shift to left, high lab score, there was variable high lab score, and there is variable vitamin B12. Bone marrow is generally not involved in leukemoid reaction, and there is myeloid hyperplasia. There are no cytogenetic abnormalities, and it's a polyclonal. It has a polyclonal pathophysiology. Now, in CML is a malignancy as we saw in case 2. They were prematurely immature cells. They were predominantly immature cells with basophils. We saw 2 basophils in that picture. And eosinophils, lab score is low. So this is a major differentiating point between leukemoid reaction and CML. And I'll discuss lab score in other slides. And bone marrow is generally involved, shows basophilia, eosinophilia, and slight increase in blast with fibrosis. Characteristic cytogenetic abnormality of CML is BCR-ABL translocation that you need to remember. And it has a monoclonal pathophysiology. Now, coming to chronic neutrophilic leukemia, again, it's a rare myeloproliferative neoplasm with abundant marked neutrophilia. Generally, there are no immature cells, and blasts are generally less than 1%. So, it generally, and in this, there is bone marrow is packed and there is bone marrow involvement. So, we differentiate this from leukemoid reaction, and it has a monoclonal pathophysiology. Now, this is this is a slide showing blood picture, the peripheral smear picture of all the 3. In leukemoid reaction, they have mostly mature neutrophils with shift to left and toxic granulation and Dole body. There is vacuolation. The granules are coarse. This is the second picture of CML. This was the peripheral smear that I showed earlier. Has more immature cell with absolute basophilia. These are the basophils. And generally, CML present in 3 phases. Chronic phase when the blasts are less than 2%. So there were only 2% blasts in this case. And third is CNL, that is chronic neutrophilic leukemia. It has again a myeloproliferative neoplasm and markedly neutrophilia on smears, and fewer metamyelocyte and myelocyte with blast less than 1%. So this smear has predominantly neutrophilia with no shift to left, and you can see the granules are very fine, as we can differentiate it from leukomoid reaction. Now investigations. So a complete investigation can help us in differentiating between the 3, that is peripheral blood, DLC, smear, and lab score. Lab score is a leukocyte alkaline phosphatase score that is high in leukomoid reaction, in contrast to CML, which has low lab score. Bone marrow aspiration and biopsy can differentiate, and further cytogenetic evaluation. So this is a slide showing BCR-ABL translocation, which is characteristic of any
CML.
Yeah, right. Now coming to lab score. Lab score basically assesses the alkaline phosphatase activity of mature neutrophils and metamyelocytes. Lab score is it basically works on the same principle that you add substrate and enzyme, which in presence of a dye will give a reaction colored product. So naphthol phosphate is a substrate in this case, and in the presence of normal neutrophilic alkaline phosphate, the phosphate group is released from naphthol phosphate, and naphthol this then combines with azo dye to release a blue colored granular product. So the score is calculated by evaluating the intensity of azo dye in 100 neutrophil, and a cumulative score is calculated further. So the ranges from 0 to 400, and normal value is a variable value. So you need to define a cutoff in your own lab, establish a cutoff in your own lab to find a normal value, and then you have to decide a low or a high score. So 0 are negative with no granule. 1 is occasional granules scattered in the cytoplasm. 2 is moderate number of granules, 3 is numerous granules, and 4 is heavy positivity with crores granule crowding the cytoplasm. This is a photomicrograph showing lab score in various staining intensity. Red color product is there because the dye is different. It's as with azo dye you get a blue black granular product. So this is grade 0 with no intensity. 1, 2, 3, and 4 heavily loaded and completely obscuring the cytoplasm, and coarse granule is 4. So low lab score is generally seen in CML and paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, and high lab score is generally seen in recurrent infection or polycythemia vera and a leukomoid reaction. So leukomoid reaction will be having a high lab score, and CML will be having a low lab score. CNL generally has a variable lab score. So the take-home message of this class will be: leukomoid reaction is defined by leukocyte count greater than 50,000. By definition, it is diagnosed by exclusion of other malignant neoplasms. Major causes are severe infection, malignancy, intoxication, hemorrhage, and hemolysis. Careful history, physical examination, and imaging studies may assist in revealing the cause. Diagnostic characteristics are marked neutrophilia with shift to left, high lab score, hypercellular bone marrow with intact maturation, morphology of all the elements, absence of any cytogenetic abnormality, mature granulocyte pattern by immunophenotyping, high serum level of hematopoietic growth factor in case of cytokine producing semer, and polyclonal pattern of neutrophils and clonality studies. So that's all for today. Thank you. Any question? Any question? I hope it's clear.
Can you please show the starting few slides?
Which slide?
I'm starting few actually. The link came later, and some of the students were in the wrong link.
Okay, fine. So, okay, for other people, I had started this lecture with two case scenarios. First case scenario was of a 38-year-old female with complaint of fever since 1 month, burning increased frequency of micturition since 3 months, and E. coli on urine, presence of E. coli on urine examination. There was no hepatomegaly and splenomegaly. On peripheral smear, RBCs were normocytic normochromic with neutrophilic leukocytosis and shift to left. There were no blast. Promyelocyte were 4%, metamyelocyte were 10, and myelocyte were 20 with band and stab cell 50%. No hemoparasites were seen. This is the smear showing predominantly band in the stab cells or the neutrophil with shift to left with presence of metamyelocytes, myelocytes, and this is again, these are the mature neutrophils showing vacuolation, coarse granulation. On second case, a 55-year-old female male presented with history of easy fatigability and low-grade fever since 2 months. On examination, pallor was seen with hepatosplenomegaly. RBCs were normocytic normochromic with 85,000 WBC count and 2% blast with again shift to left. Platelets were 1.8 lakh per mmQ. This is a smear showing basophils with blast cells with metamyelocyte, myelocyte. So the first case scenario was of a leukomoid reaction, which I have discussed, and second case reaction was of a CML, which could be differentiated from leukomoid by the presence of basophils and the blast. Rationale behind this so the rationale behind this class is reactive changes mimic hematological malignancies. And objectives of this class is to define leukomoid reaction, causes of leukomoid reaction, differential diagnosis, and investigation to rule out other causes. So, shall I continue or shall I stop? Have you seen these slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now
ma'am, we have
see
seen this.
So, is the lecture clear? Anything you want to ask?
डोले बॉडीज और डोले बॉडीज किस में होती है?
Dole bodies generally cytoplasmic inclusions होते हैं, which are basophilic inclusion in the cytoplasm of neutrophils. So it is generally seen in a reactive or an inflammatory condition. It's a sign of a it is seen in leukomoid reaction, not in malignancy. So it could be a differentiate. If you see a Dole body, then you suspect it to be a leukomoid reaction.
तो मैम टॉक्सिक ग्रैन्यूल से क्या डिफरेंस है इसका?
Toxic granules जो होते हैं, these are granules. Like neutrophil has fine granules ना. ये वाला फोटो देखो. Okay, neutrophils जो होते हैं, probably मतलब it's a basophilic body. I'm not sure. It's like this for example, this neutrophil, these granules, these dots. These become in neutrophil you have fine granules. When it become coarse and when it is called as toxic granulation. They become active. The granules become active to release the enzymes, the neutrophilic enzymes. Then they become coarse. It's a sign of activity in the neutrophil.
And मैम डोले बॉडीज में भी तो बेसोफिलिक
नहीं, Dole bodies are the inclusions. These are not granules. A single inclusion in the neutrophil. For example, like this, suppose in the periphery of the cytoplasm, there is just a single inclusion.
इस केस में नहीं है ना मैम?
नहीं, इस केस में नहीं है.
ओके मैम, ओके, गुड.
Anything else?
Ma'am, why is lab score decreased in CML?
In lab score decreased in CML. Okay, the pathophysiology behind CML is not the release of cytokine, is not the release of enzymes or inflammatory cytokines. So basically, Dole bodies are the sign of activity. Dole bodies, I'm sorry, toxic granulation is a sign of activity, and you see abundant, the granule become coarse. So,
Ma'am, I wanted to ask why lab score is decreased in CML.
okay, lab score is what? Leukocyte alkaline phosphatase activity. So when this when this it's a sign of alkaline. So I'm sorry, I'm coming to the point. Leukocyte alkaline lab score is a leukocyte alkaline phosphatase activities. Okay, fine. Leukocyte alkaline phosphatase activity will be increased in those conditions when there is increased in the enzymatic activity of a neutrophil, like in inflammatory condition when the neutrophil will release more and more of enzymes. While in CML, the pathophysiology is not the release of enzyme, it is a proliferative disorder in which there is proliferation of immature proliferation of the neutrophilic lineage, and so there is more of an immature form. As a result, there is no need for increased alkaline phosphatase activity, and the lab score is low in this case in CML in comparison
Ma'am,
to inflammatory
ma'am,
condition.
but ma'am, is it saying low in comparison to leukemoid, or is it saying low compared to the normal activity? Because low means compared to the normal one only.
No,
So
low
why
is
are they not
compared to the
writing it
normal, but that
normal?
is I've told you now. You need to define a cutoff in the lab for the normal. Every time you need to define a cutoff in the lab because the value is variable. Generally, it is less than 160, but you need to define a cutoff. So low means it in comparison to normal, the value is low, and high means in comparison to normal, value is high. It is not a relative differential नहीं है दोनों का कि high इसमें है low इसमें है. In comparison to normal, we define the value.
Ma'am, but then in CML it should remain normal, no, as compared, like even if they're comparing to the normal one.
So it will be low.
Ma'am, why is it low? Because उसके अंदर neutrophils में तो कोई defect नहीं है CML में.
So I told you ना न्यूट्रोफिल, वही तो मैं बोल रही हूँ कि न्यूट्रोफिल में कोई डिफेक्ट नहीं है. इट्स अ प्रोलिफरेशन. द प्रोलिफरेशन मतलब BCR ABL ट्रांसलोकेशन की वजह से देयर आर इंक्रीज टायरोसिन काइनेज एक्टिविटी, तो देयर इज इंक्रीज प्रोलिफरेशन. यू डोंट नीड टू हैव अ इंक्रीज अल्कलाइन फॉस्फेटेज एक्टिविटी ऑफ न्यूट्रोफिल. तो
Ma'am, but then it should remain same ना, मतलब वो कम क्यों हो रहा है? Why is it decreasing? Why is it
ये
not
abnormal
remaining?
फॉर्म्स है ना, ये these are not normal forms. जब
Okay,
कोई
okay,
चीज ज्यादा प्रोलिफरेट करेगी, इट विल हैव मोर ऑफ abnormal forms. It is not normal form.
okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Why lab score is increased in polycythemia vera?
It's yeah, that I'll read and tell you. I just forgot. I read and tell you in the next class.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Anything else? Anything else?